Hello, everybody, and welcome back. As I started speaking right before I unclicked. Oh yeah. I got excited. Savalik just subbed again, and I got really excited for a second, and I stuttered. So, all right. So, hi everybody, welcome back. Okay, so I know you guys had plans, and I think the person I literally interrupted on what the plans are going to be was Stalbor. So we'll start with you, Ollie. Even though I know Eric has an exciting announcement to
Everyone
make.
else has more interesting things to do. Mine is just like I want it done.
Okay.
We discussed before that because Stalbor's learned how to make potions. I can basically make potions sort of similar to the downtime rules. I want to buy a bunch of supplies for making healing potions. I have to do it for 25 gold, and then it takes 1 day to make each one. So I'll buy like 4 boxes of supplies, more or less.
What kind?
If there's any.
You talking for like potion making supplies?
Yeah, this is for regular healing. For the fancier ones, we have like other rules. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was really weird. Okay, we're good. That was really weird.
We good? That wasn't just me? I thought it was just no, it was everyone.
Yeah, that was everyone. The way we discussed it, Scott, is like for fancier potions, we have a whole homebrew system that we're working on. But for standard healing potions, like the crappy ones that I can make with elixir, I just do it the way we do in downtime rules, which is 25 gold.
100%. I remember all of that. I'm sorry. The reason why I just seemed perplexed for a second is I came to the realization. I was like, oh, Skype is shitty. It probably just switched the host on us or who's hosting it. That's all.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
So
okay. So perfect. So we
I just want to be buying some herbalist supplies, basically. I'll just.
Do you know how much you're going to spend on it?
100 gold, so four regular healing potions.
Sounds great. So 4 regular healing potions. You grab the supplies for that, and we can move on. All right. Who wants to go second? I imagine Reich wants to say something. Does he say something?
Reich would not say anything to the rest of the party.
He's not gonna like walk out with like a little hat on his head, like as you guys are docking. Okay, go ahead.
No. So Reich is simply all he's going to do is he's going to just say pretty much be like, okay, where are we meeting tonight? Are we meeting back at the ship? All that stuff. Once we figure out where we're meeting back, I'm going to go get myself a very nice bottle of whiskey, and I'm going to sit at the bar and I'm going to drink alone.
Oh, I drink alone
with nobody else.
So yeah, you guys are doing that. And he, like you said, he's just kind of like sitting in the bar drinking by himself because he just turned 18 today. So kudos to Reich. He's a whole 18-year-old boy. He's all a big man now. And
so go with that.
Kieran, I know you had something very interesting you wanted to do. But who should go first, you or Luca?
I had a few things. But I mean, I kind of give Luca the idea to go to his thing. So if you want to do me first, that makes sense.
No, why don't we do Luca first?
Okay.
Why don't we start with Luca, and then we go to you and see where things go from there. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So first of all, Luca, your plan was to go to your house and ask them for some to offer something to them. So who do you go? How do you want to approach this?
I actually want to. So you remember back in the first session when we were at the play, when I spoke to, he was a general, I believe, and I spoke to him and he talked about how my brother worked under him in the war and a whole bunch of stuff there. Do you remember him?
Adventure log over in the
I
Luca's
remember
journal,
him.
Session 1 from Luca's journal. My computer's I'm all of a sudden gonna hear Tavalik's voice because it plays. Okay, so here he is. I quickly acquired Pydro Hall, where I met General Gregor.
Yeah,
General Gregor.
Yep.
It's right there in the notes. General Gregor.
Oh!
Yeah.
So I would actually try to get in contact with General Gregor to talk to him. And if I can't, I would just go to the people who I was familiar with and dealt with during the whole Dask thing in Sharn.
Sure. So you can reach out to General Gregor to see if you can get a hold of him. Do me a favor, roll for me. This is going to be a persuasion check to do so. Usually I would give you advantage. You unfortunately do not have that right now.
Okay.
Okay. 16 on your persuasion. Not bad. You ask around and you're able to find out with relative ease that he is currently not in Sharn. That's because, remember, he doesn't just live in Sharn. He also lives out in Karnath as well. So he is currently not in Sharn. However, you did want to speak to those that you had handled the Dusk situation, and that is like the bits of the house for that. That's not a problem. You know, obviously, at one point in time, your contact was your brother, but that's not who you're looking for. You're looking for somebody else. So,
Right.
go ahead. Roll me another persuasion check. I'm rolling much better, and let me get that die off of your face. So, rolling much better. You get a 19, and you're easily able to get a meeting with the people that handled that. I mean, it's one of those things where as you go around, as a matter of fact, roll me an insight check as well, please and thank you.
Yeah, insight. Yay.
Okay, with your 17 insight, one of the things that you notice is that you're asking around the house, but the house is very curious about you. You know, one of those like, oh, hey, Luca, how you doing, buddy? You know, one of those sorts of things. I mean, you're not an idiot. You know that it's uncomfortable. You know that sometimes it's semi-prodding. Sometimes it's just people just being cautious.
Right.
But it's happening. At the same time, though, when you find out about this one person, and I honestly can't remember the officer's name off the top of my head, so we'll just make it up. I feel like I keep ghosting about in my frame. But, so when you see when you get a hold of that one person, he is very excited to speak to you. 100% remembers everything that you did when you were saving Sharn from the terrorist organization known as Dusk that killed tons of innocent people, tried to kill high, like big-headed peoples and whatnot. So you go and you find this man, and he's more than happy to speak to you. As a matter of fact, when he greets you with a warrior's embrace.
Oh, very nice. So yeah, I guess it would I'd brighten up a little bit because obviously I've been treated kind of not poorly but differently by everyone else, and this guy's treating me a bit more familiar. So I'd kind of have my guard down a bit, and I went there to offer services. So I would describe to him that I want to help.
Services? Listen, I'll tell you right now, Luca, you're a good man and a good soldier, and you work hard to make sure that Sharn is kept safe. And Sharn is under my protection. He taps on the shield that you notice he's wearing, which you are now part of that organization. And he taps on that shield, and he's like, I would be more than happy to take the services that you offer, and if you want to work under my command, I'll be more than happy to see that you go far too.
I'd nod to that, and I'm like, I'm not sure nowadays exactly what's going on with the house, but I feel like I have some making up to do.
It's politics. It's politics. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
But you know what? Fuck the house. We're soldiers. We do the job, and we get the reward.
He nods to that, and he goes, well, I have a ship that I am voyaging on, and we are traveling for quite a bit of time, and we might have some extra space for cargo or soldiers or really multiple different things. Not a ton of space, but some extra space, and we figured perhaps I could help.
Extra space. This is on what kind of a ship? What is? Give me some details, please.
Well, I'm traveling with Lyrandar, associate of mine, and
is this the one that joined in when the terrorists attacked the embassy for the hobgoblins of Dargun?
Absolutely, it is.
I remember her. Spirited.
Very, very much so. It's a very nice way to put it, actually. But she suggested that maybe she could do her part as well in helping out. This is her ship. She's the captain. So I figured, if I can help, if we can help, why wouldn't we?
All
Not
right.
to mention having soldiers on deck is always a good thing in case we're attacked. So
I'm interested, but before I ask any other question, I'm going to ask you this straight. Okay, Luca?
yes.
A member of House Lyrandar is offering some sort of discount deal or otherwise to House Deneth. Are you fucking her?
No.
You know
Fair.
all the ways that is illegal. You know.
Oh, absolutely.
You know the repercussions that can have.
I believe she is offering this to me as she feels indebted to me in a way.
Okay.
I can't really go into specifics, but she feels indebted to me.
That's,
So she's trying to
I understand the
play
soldier's
nice.
bond, but so long as you're not doing anything untoward.
It's just the soldier's bond, and that's it.
All right. I can respect that. In which case, where are you heading? Are you sailing to the east, to the west? Where's your destination?
We're headed northeast.
We're headed to the Mere
So
Hold.
the
Northwest, right?
more holds, yeah.
Morehold. Mhm.
You're heading
Yeah.
east and all the way up around the north. Yep.
So
Yeah.
literally anywhere along there we can stop.
Yeah.
Like the
So yeah,
entire half of the continent.
I'll say exactly that. That we have a far journey. So if there's any ports that are specific that would help on the way, we'd be happy to.
Absolutely. You are going to be passing through Dargun, so you can bring back some soldiers that have finished their tasks, and as well as some supplies for those that we have allegiances over there. I imagine that you don't care. They are hobgoblins, but I know your companion.
Excuse me. Yeah, he seems to know the customs there a bit better than I do, so it tends to work in our favor.
It'll be 20 soldiers is likely what it's going to be, and and a bunch of supplies. I'm not sure how the cargo works out. You'll have to work that out with the captain, but I can get some
Yes.
information together for you.
Yeah, if you
So,
can gather the information, I can go
you
back
would know
to.
we'd probably be doing that on the way back to
Right.
Sharn. That makes more sense, right?
No, going to Dargun, because you're heading.
Dargun?
Yeah, so you're dropping off.
Oh,
at
we would
Dargun.
drop them off at Dargun. Okay, no, that makes sense. Cool.
Yeah, so I would say I just need to speak to the captain just to verify that these all work out well with the plans, but I don't see why it would be an issue.
And you can drop those supplies and everything there. And you said you're going all the way around to the Roar Holds.
Yes.
I'll send a letter with you when you go as well, assuming things work out between you and the captain. Perhaps they have other supplies that can go a little bit further.
Fair enough. And who do you want me to deliver this letter to?
When I get the rest of the information together to send to the captain, then she'll have the information. You'll have the contact.
Fair enough.
Now let's put all that aside and let's get to the business that you don't want to discuss.
He nods, knowing it was coming.
Did you attack an unarmed man?
Did I attack an unarmed man? No.
You did not attack the commander of the outpost?
I did not attack him, not in the slightest. My job was to investigate for changelings there, and I had a sneaking suspicion that he was one. The fact that we had run tests and he was leaving the very next morning, it was very suspicious to me. So I had a poison that would tell me if he was a changeling. I described to him, I told him exactly that it was a poison that would tell me he was a changeling. He took the drink of his own accord, and he got sick from it. While he was sick, some wargs attacked. It was just him and I in the woods in his force.
I've heard enough. Is this changeling the same one that you reported when you were in Dask when you were fighting with Dask before?
It very well may be. However, we did discover a changeling at the outpost. It wasn't who I thought it was, but he was there.
Very well. I will take what you're saying at face value. I certainly hope that you're not lying to me, Luca. I think that you're a good soldier and a good man, and I believe everything that you're saying. I've seen what you're willing to do and how you're willing to put your life in the line. I know that you've buried a friend for this cause. I'm certain that you are not getting mangled up, that this is a misunderstanding. Hold true. Hold true to the Deneth ways, and I'm sure things will work out for you.
He nods to that, kind of silent about it, but he nods to that, and he reaches out for like a firm handshake.
Okay. He gives you the firm handshake, and he says, and make sure that you hold your temper. Soldiers get bored, and so they act perhaps differently in cities than they would on the field. But you still need them to respect you if and when you stand shoulder to shoulder with them.
Agreed.
He'll give you like a hard smack on your shoulder, like your shield arm, and walk over and open the door for you to leave.
Perfect. I'll say, I'll see you in what's an appropriate amount of time, Scott? A day? Like
A day.
when would we be leaving? Yeah. So I'll see you
In a day
tomorrow.
for the information, maybe more than that for transportation.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
see you in the morrow for the information.
He nods to that. All right. As you're walking out and you're leaving, where do you head to, Luca?
If we're leaving, I would probably head back to. Wait, so Reich didn't tell us where he was going?
No, but you know the bar that he always goes to.
I would probably go check that bar then,
Absolutely.
if that's the case.
Sure. So you're heading up towards the bar when as you're walking your way there, you're kind of in your thoughts and whatnot, and you're just kind of plodding along the way that you usually do. Something kind of catches you off guard a little bit. A little girl comes up to you and she's like, "Oh, excuse me, soldier sir. Excuse me."
I look down. Yes.
Hi. Are you Luca?
He like looks around. Do I notice anyone else like staring at this?
I mean, you can make a perception check.
I would like.
That's
to.
not a little girl. Kill it.
Yeah.
Kill it with fire.
Yeah, I don't like this. Make a perception check.
Pull a Carmine.
You notice.
The funny thing about that is it's not even Carmine who did that.
Whatever his
Notice
name
nobody
is.
else. So she's like, do you respond or no?
So as I look around, I'm just like, yes, who sent you?
Oh, you're the Luca that saved the city before?
Oh, rip. Looks again. He looks again, like side to side, like. Yeah.
Eyes
Who
narrowed.
are you, little girl?
What?
I said, yeah. Who are you, little girl?
Oh, I'm nobody. Hey, listen. If you were the
Okay,
Luca,
sir.
if you were the Luca that was here to save the city, and she turns and she starts gesturing like ahead of you and like up high, I have a friend that told me to tell you that he's up there, and he says that he wants to thank you for everything that you did that day.
Okay. And where is up there, Scott? Where she points?
She gestures up one of the towers off to the side, and you're kind of like squinting and looking up there. You can make me a perception check, like looking up there to see what's going on.
Yeah, he fails that. Oh, never mind.
Okay,
Rip.
perfect. And
You try to get better every time.
so you go looking up there, trying to see what's going on, and unfortunately, you can't find anything. However, 1 second.
I would ask her what her friend's name is.
Okay. However, all of a sudden something catches you off guard as from behind you get slammed in the back by something that you just totally did not expect. Poof. Oh.
Yeah.
Rip.
That's the thing.
Give me 1
I told
second.
you, dude. Burn the little girl with fire.
Listen,
dude. told
I knew that as a PC.
She's gonna
Luca
turn
did
into a
not
little
know
girl
that.
from the ring.
Luca's like, some girl needs help. Okay, I'll help her. How much damage do I take, Scott?
Oh, hold on. 1 second.
17. I take 17 damage.
Hold on. It's funny. I accidentally used different macros than what I used to do. It's my old macros. So you take the total of 22 points of damage as
Holy
something
fuck!
slams into you from behind, literally lurching you forward and kind of stumbling into the little girl and whatnot, who actually, because you stumbled into her, she flops onto the ground and she lands hard and it's like, ow, ow, oh, that hurt. And what do you do?
I want to immediately look at what the fuck hit me.
So you like reach around to your back and try to find out what it is. Roll me a dexterity check, just a flat dexterity check. Save, doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, sure thing.
Don't suck.
Okay,
Nice.
You're easily able to grab it and grab the haft of an arrow.
Yeah.
You kind of like wiggle it back and forth for a second and you pull it free. And oh my god, does that hurt. As a matter of fact, when you pull the arrow free, immediately you feel it burn. It literally singes, burning into your flesh. Dealing to you another 3 points of fire damage. When you pull out the arrow and you look at the head of it seems to be made out of some sort of silver. The silver is a design on it, but you can't see what the design is because the silver arrowhead just immediately starts to melt. And it's melting and sizzling and popping and it's really hot and it's dripping onto your glove and like burning into your glove, so you like quickly throw the thing to the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the thing to the side.
So it doesn't hurt you. And that came from again behind where you were looking.
I'm gonna whip my head around and see what the fuck is shooting at me, hopefully.
Roll me another perception check.
This is
Come on,
nice.
Luca.
I like
Don't.
this.
Luca, by the way, you do have action points.
I have one action point.
Hey.
I have a
One action
single. I'm not gonna use it.
I thought you
Okay,
had
you look around and you're spotting, trying to see who it is that did that, what the hell happened. But I mean, if they're still there, you can't see them. If they're not still there, enough time has elapsed, they definitely could have moved since you got shot in the back with the arrow and then like they pulled it out and turned around and looked back up.
My immediate reaction, I turn around, don't see where this is coming from. Like I look at all the vantage points I would expect, like from a fighter standpoint, and I'm just gonna yell out, "Guards, guards!"
Okay.
And
And
I'm gonna take a
people are
defensive
starting to like
stance.
react to you as they see like blood coming down the back of your armor, like onto your leg. Your cloak is starting to stain with blood. I think you actually wear a red cloak anyways, don't you? I can't remember. By the way, your cloak
It's
is starting to stain
silver
with
in
blood.
the outside, red on the inside.
There
I
you
want to
go.
say.
There
Cloak.
you go. So that's starting to stain with the wetness and blood and whatnot onto it, and the little girl's crying, and you're calling for guards. So you very quickly gain somebody's attention, and people like start like looking to see what's going on. We're gonna cut away from you over to Kieran. Kieran.
All right.
So
She's fucked.
so Kieran, where was your plan? Where were you going?
I had two different things I wanted to do. One, I wanted to get in touch with House Caniff and see if they'd be willing to set up a deal in which they exchange future ship repairs for shipping.
Okay. So you okay, cool. So you don't directly have any contacts in Health Caniff, do you?
I do not.
So you're gonna have to roll and try to get me contacts for that one.
Could I roll like a favor of the house check and have like somebody else who might have contacts with them make it for me? Or
100%, yes, definitely.
Cool.
It's better than what I was gonna make you do.
so it's a d20. Oh, and it's +2, which I didn't add, which I fail anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, you rolled very poorly. So what it comes out to is they tell you, yeah, we can do that for you, but it's probably gonna take like a week or two for us to get that to happen.